So this amazing fact is about the billionaires that actually run American politics. First of all, interesting fact, how many billionaires are there in America? Turns out 471. I didn't know that. Not even 500, okay? Well, how much do they control American politics in just this election cycle, which is a small one. It's not a presidential, it's just midterm elections. They've already contributed $113.7 million to politicians. Now, do you think they give the $113 million for their health, out of the goodness of their heart? Now, some of them care about certain issues. Now, there's some, like Tom Steyer, care so much about climate change that he's trying to fight back against the oil companies that are trying to make sure that we don't do anything about climate change. And then I'm sure that there are some conservatives who really believe in their principles and think, well, you know, there should be, you name it, lower taxes, which wind up helping them. I don't know if they've tricked themselves into believing that those are their principles. Or they might have real conservative ideology. They might be pro-life and they want to give to those campaigns that support pro-life. I understand that. But the overwhelming majority of the people who give money want to do it for a return on investment. So if you're in an industry that is regulated, you do not want to be regulated. It allows you to make more money. If you don't want to pay higher taxes, what you do is you spend this $113 million, and then in return, when you get a lower tax rate, so for example, on some forms of investment, you get a tax rate that's 15%, as opposed to the nearly 39% you would be taxed at the highest bracket if it was considered a normal, ordinary earned income. The difference between 15 and nearly 40% is gigantic. That saves these 400 some odd billionaires literally billions of dollars in taxes. That's why they're giving $113 million in the middle of midterm elections. Now, are there other people who give money? Yes. Are there smaller donors? Yes. And then overall, is $113 million all of it? No, of course not, right? But do you think that those guys are going to have more influence because they gave so much more to the politicians? If you think that they don't, you're either A, incredibly naive and have no idea how the world works, or B, you're in the Washington media. In the Washington media, they never talk about it as if it doesn't have an effect. They might mention it. In fact, they might have people brag about it. Oh, Mitch McConnell's doing really well in his race. He raised more money than Alison Lundgren Grimes. In fact, in that race, they often do it in reverse. The Democrat, Grimes, has raised almost as much money or more money than Mitch McConnell. She's doing great. So more legalized bribes, according to the Washington media, is a better thing. It's not a better thing. Any real person knows that they are far more likely to listen to the guy giving them millions of dollars than they are to you, an average voter out there. Anyone with common sense knows that, but it's amazing how little is talked about in the media. Now, of course, there is one cure to this. Anybody want to take a guess at which website you might want to go to cure it? Goddamn right, wolf-pack.com. Look, man, if Wolfpack wins and we get a constitutional amendment, they won't be able to take any of that money. You know what the billionaires will have then? One vote, just like the rest of us. They'll say, but wait a minute, where do I give my millions of dollars? Where do I give my $113 million to buy me some politicians to get the laws that I want? Sorry, nowhere. That's not how the system works anymore. We passed a constitutional amendment and rescued our democracy. That's what we can do today. But you got to help us. Come join the effort. Let's go get the sons of bitches. Wolf-pack.com.